Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. Hope all of you will be fine by grace of Allah. Students, in 7th history today we will do chapter number 2, Mughal Empire consolidation. Consolidation means to strengthen, to give power to their state. So today our topics for discussion are, we will discuss role of Akbar in the expansion and consolidation of Mughal Empire. Consolidation means to strengthen, to give power. Second one is, we will discuss Akbar reforms. Akbar reforms mean which improvement he did when he occupied the state, and he did many reforms like he improved in Mansabdari system, he changed religious strategy, and so many things he did during his time period. After it we will discuss reign of Shah Jahan. Reign of Shah Jahan is called the golden time period. We will also discuss this, and in the last we will discuss Aurangzeb Deccan expedition against Marathas. Student, look on this picture and identify where is Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar. Can you guess who is Muhammad Akbar in these photos? Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar is on right upper side in green dress with white necklace. This is Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar. Let's start his early life. Do you know Jalaluddin Akbar's father's name? Humayun was Jalaluddin Akbar's father. His early life, actually Akbar, he was not interested in studies. He was born in 1542 AD. His mother name was Hamida Banu. And Akbar, as he was not interested in studies, although his father, his tutors also complained that he is not serious and attentive in his studies. Akbar desired to participate in such games like he can exhibit his bravery and his courage. So at last Humayun had to leave him on his own. Then comes crucial issues at the time of accession. But before this, we have to know that when Akbar got the throne when he was only 14 years old. After the death of his father in 1556 AD, he got the throne, but during this time was very difficult in whole the state, because there were so many difficulties related to like administrative structure. The whole administrative structure of the empire was ineffective, it was not working well. And also there were so independent states like Sindh, Kashmir, Deccan, Orissa, Gondwana, Gujarat, Malwa and Bengal. So it is again a crucial issue for Akbar, and also Akbar's government was weak economically, so these were major issues and Akbar handled these all issues very well. Now comes role of Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar in the expansion and consolidation of Mughal Empire. His role started with the second battle of Panipat in 1556 AD. Mughal and Afghan armies arrayed against each other in the battlefield of Panipat. Arrayed means they aligned. The minister of Humayun, whose name was Haman, he organized a big attack on Mughal troops, their armies, who caused a great harassment, a great uneasiness in right and left flank in those areas, because there were so many people injured and killed as a result of these wars. During this fight, Haman and thus Mughal, they regained Delhi and Agra. These are the conquests of Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar. He conquered many areas like Amber, Gondwana, Chittor, Bihar, Ranthambore, Marwar, Gujarat, Bengal and Kabul. Now comes Akbar reforms. Akbar did many improvement in his empire during his when he got the throne, during his time period. First of all, he organized the Mansabdari system. He renewed this Mansabdari system. Student, you know what is Mansabdari system? This system, he replaced this old system. Actually, this is a system in which every official is assigned a special mansab. Akbar improved the system. He said that according to this new system, every official, whether he is civil or military, he assigned a special mansab, and there were no recognized difference in these two departments, mean like civil or official military, they are the same department. Akbar created also 10 and 20,000 mansab. 5,000 are higher mansabs. They were specially assigned to courtly and loyal individuals. Then comes religious strategy. Akbar's religious strategy is also different from other Mughal emperors because Akbar selected good principles from all religions of the subcontinent and he combined them into a new Din-e-Ilahi in 1582 AD. Then comes relation with Hindus and Rajput. Akbar established better good relations with Hindus and Rajput in India. He issued an edict to abolish all collection of jizya from Hindus. Like he expelled all the collection of jizya from Hindus and he also expelled many unwanted taxes that the Hindus they have to pay these. So this was a good strategy. These were the good reforms that Akbar did for the benefit of his public. Now comes reign of Shah Jahan. It's mean the time period when he got the throne. His period was called such a golden period of whole Mughal Empire. There were so many features, speciality in his time period. The first step he did, there was a complete peace and order in his empire. The second one is he was better ruler than other rulers. He abolished all non-Islamic rites. He introduced Islamic lunar calendar and he also improved poetry, painting, architecture and music. These all things were really progress during his time period. So that's why Shah Jahan's period is called the golden time period of Mughal Empire. Let's start his early life. Do you know Jalaluddin Akbar's father's name? Humayun was Jalaluddin Akbar's father. His early life, actually Akbar, he was not interested in studies. He was born in 1542 AD. His mother name was Hamida Banu. And Akbar, as he was not interested in studies, although his father, his tutors also complained that he is not serious and attentive in his studies. Akbar desired to participate in such games like he can exhibit his bravery and his courage. So at last Humayun had to leave him on his own. Then comes crucial issues at the time of accession. But before this, we have to know that when Akbar got the throne when he was only 14 years old. After the death of his father in 1550, and these strategies are the first one step. In 1682, Aurangzeb was well aware that Marathas' power will not end until helping states in Bijapur and Golconda are not defeated. So what he did, he annexed those states and got Sambhaji killed in 1689 AD. Student, it was all important long queue, short queue, additional queue related to this chapter. Your task is you have to revise this long queue, short queue and also learn the difficult word meaning of this chapter. See you next. Take care.